Я Васильев Петр Алексеевич, 88 года рождения, уроженец Подольска. В ноябре 23 года был завербован сотрудником ГУР Украины через сеть интернет. Проходил обучение работе спецспека со спецсвязью, сбора подрыва взрывных устройств, а также работе с тайниками. 31 января куратор получил задание забрать с тайника взрывное устройство и использовать его для подрыва автомобиля.
Что вам обещали?
Денежное вознаграждение 4000 долларов.
Где должно было быть применено взрывное устройство?
На подземной парковке отеля «Фашизм» в Москве необходимо было забрать взрывное устройство из тайника и сложить его под автотранспорт.
Против кого планировалось применить взрывное устройство?
Но сообщали.
Сейчас вы знаете, кто был целью?
Да, американский журналист Такер Карлсон.
Что пошло не так?
На этапе подготовки был задержан, содеянным раскаиваюсь.
All right, guys, I have an absolutely crazy story for you guys today. We have from the Intel Drop, arrest in Tucker Carlson assassination try, Ukrainian intelligence hired Russian hitman to murder journalist. So let's get right into this story from the Intel Drop. Russian counter-terrorist unit prevented a terrorist attack on Tucker Carlson, planned by the main directorate of intelligence of Ukraine. One man was arrested on terrorism charges in Moscow. Russian counter-terrorist forces have foiled a terrorist attack in Moscow, which had been planned, directed, and financed by the main directorate of intelligence of Ukraine. The terrorist cell was operated by Ukrainian handlers, quote-unquote, in order to carry out an attack on American journalist Tucker Carlson during his visit to Moscow. The terrorist confessed to the plot and gave details on it. He was provided with an IED for the attack. The plan was to target Tucker Carlson's vehicle in the Four Seasons Hotel underground parking lot. In an interrogation, he recounted receiving instructions and the location of an IED, but said that he was arrested before committing the attack. He also mentioned that his Ukrainian handlers promised him $4,000 for the successful execution of the attack. As we all know, Tucker Carlson visited Moscow at the beginning of February to interview Russian President Putin. The ex-Fox News host said that the Biden administration had illegally spied on his text messages and leaked them to the media in order to prevent him from interviewing Putin 3 years ago. He also said that he was pretty certain that they did the same thing last month, but he decided to go to Moscow anyways. I know this might come like a surprise to a lot of people, and I also know it won't be much of a surprise to some other people because we've known for a while now that Ukraine has had a quote-unquote hit list. It puts on people that they perceive are against them and for Russia. All right, we already know that there was another American journalist that was killed that was on this quote-unquote hit list. But let's check out and see how the mainstream media reports on this. Let's just see what comes up when we Google Tucker Carlson Ukrainian hit list. So we have from AP News, Tucker Carlson was not put on a kill list in Ukraine. The Independent, Tucker Carlson is not on a Ukrainian hit list. From Point Near, Tucker Carlson wasn't added to Ukrainian hit list. From Forbes, was Tucker Carlson put on a Ukrainian kill list? They said in the article that no, he wasn't. We have another one, Tucker Carlson labeled enemy of the country by Ukraine, but they ended up saying that no, there's no hit list. Fact check, Tucker Carlson is on a Ukrainian kill list. The fact check says false from Newsweek. You know, I already didn't want to give a single dollar to Ukraine, but now I want to give them even less. That's somehow possible. All right, I don't know why we are absolutely destroying our economy, printing billions and billions of dollars, sending them overseas to an extremely corrupt, disgusting government that doesn't care about our values. They don't have our values. They're not a NATO country. They're not an ally country. But for some reason, we're pouring billions and billions of dollars into this war. All right. Ukraine, Zelensky has sacrificed an entire generation of his population over this. All right. What they're doing now is if you're like 50, 60 years old and they catch you in Ukraine, all right, if you're a man, they'll rip you right off the bus you're sitting on or wherever you are, hand you a gun. Sometimes they won't even give you a gun and throw you on the front lines. I don't get the left's obsession with Ukraine, all right? It's not a democracy, all right? It's an absolutely horrible, corrupt country ran by an absolutely corrupt, disgusting man. But just look how the mainstream media, CNN, just absolutely fawns over him. It's absolutely disgusting.
As a human being, so many people look up to you. They rely on you. No one can imagine how hard that is. Do you do anything for yourself? Are you ever able to take a minute to read or to listen to music or something to sort of give yourself that a moment?
I have such moments. Important to be in silence, to be alone. Alone, how can I be alone? Alone, I can be with music, it's true, or with a book. And early in the when there are no sounds in
No air raid
or
sirens.
no people,
Yeah.
nobody. I mean, the people, our staff. I mean, nobody is in my cabinet. Nobody.
Yeah.
I can just read, think, and the music house. Really.
What music do you like?
Oh, I like ACDC and Ukrainian music.
Yeah.
Of course, I like Ukrainian music a lot of because Ukrainian, that's native language. That's why you understand not only music, you understand the words and etc. ACDC, I don't understand all the words because of. But
like the music.
Yeah, I like energy of ACDC. I like Eric Clapton. A lot of Guns N' Roses. Maybe it's too old music for.
I understand. We're the same. We're the same.
I love it. No, it's important to have sometimes at 6, 7 in the morning some trainings.
Workout.
Yes, workouts or to do something with with music, such music, which gives you energy for all the day.
Now that's objective journalism if I've ever seen it. I mean, I just can't get over how this lady looks like she's literally in love with this guy when all he does is rule over a corrupt country that isn't an ally, isn't part of NATO, but she thinks it's a good idea to give this guy hundreds of billions of dollars while destroying the American dollar. Also, he can fight a war that he's not gonna win. If you thought it was bad enough that we have the corrupt mainstream media absolutely simping over Zelensky, should be even more terrified that members of Congress gave this guy a standing ovation. All right, it is absolutely disgusting that this guy has even stepped a single foot on American soil.
I believe there should be no taboos between us in our alliance. Ukraine never asked the American soldiers to fight on our land instead of us. I assure you that Ukrainian soldiers can perfectly operate American tanks and planes themselves.
I've still yet to hear a justification for why we are fighting Ukraine, all right? Why are we giving them hundreds of billions of dollars when we have so many problems here in America, all right? I wouldn't want to give a single dollar to any other country as long as we have a homeless veteran or just homeless people on the streets struggling in America, all right? As long as we have this horrible mental health epidemic going on in America, we shouldn't be giving a dollar to any other country. It's just absolutely heartbreaking that we have all these problems in America and just the entire mainstream media, a huge portion of Congress, all right, mainly the uniparty establishment shills, just absolutely simp over this guy and think it's a good idea to give him billions and billions of dollars. Like I said earlier, this story is just breaking now, so I'm sure we'll get some more information coming out in the next few hours or even coming days. But I just wonder how the mainstream media will cover this or cover it at all. Who knows? This whole thing could be fake. But we know about these Ukrainian hit lists where people on it have been American and they've wound up dead. All right, I just don't know why people are so in love with this corrupt world leader. All right, it's just crazy that we're giving this country that nobody cared about 5 years ago hundreds of billions of dollars, which is destroying the US economy. Let me know what you guys think about this story. For all we know, it could be fake. It's just breaking news now, and we could get some more information in the future disproving this claim. But for all the researching I've done, with the little that's out there, I wouldn't be surprised if this was real. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you agree with me, tell me why. If you disagree with me, tell me why. I'd love to start a conversation. Thank you again for watching.